What if I told you the giants mentioned in the Bible weren't just myths, weren't just stories, but real and more terrifying than you've ever imagined? Most have heard whispers of giants in the Bible, but what they don't know is this. There weren't just giants. There were 5 races, 5 bloodlines, 5 threats, born of rebellion and seated in darkness. It began in Genesis 6. The sons of God saw the daughters of men and took them as wives. And from that unholy union came the Nephilim, not just giants, hybrids, half angel, half human, beings that defied heaven's order. The flood came to wipe them out. But here's the shocker. They came back. How? Many believe the fallen angels returned, moving in the shadows, infiltrating empires, seducing priestesses, creating more hybrid bloodlines. The Rephaim. In Hebrew, Rephaim echoes the word for the dead, giants, but also ghosts, specters in flesh. The most infamous, Og, king of Bashan, over 15 feet tall. These weren't just tall men, they were monuments of rebellion, living proof that the Nephilim bloodline survived the flood. Sons of Anak. But who was Anak? Ancient Sumerian texts give us a clue. Anak means those who came from the sky. The Anakim weren't just warriors. They were believed to be children of the gods. When the Israelites saw them in Canaan, we were like grasshoppers in our own eyes. Giants towering 12, 14, even 15 feet tall. So terrifying. They made an entire generation refuse to enter the promised land. The third race, the Emim. Their name literally means the terrifying ones, as tall as the Anakim, but with a twist. Historian Josephus says their screams were like roaring lions, deep, guttural, enough to make even the bravest warriors run. Their appearance, monstrous, twisted, inhuman. If the Anakim were warriors, the Emim were nightmares in the flesh. The fourth race, the Zamzumim. Strange name, even stranger legacy. Giants who lived east of the Jordan, up to 14 feet tall, described as strong, rigid, unshakable. They held key territories until they were destroyed by the descendants of Lot, the Ammonites. Some believe they were a branch of the Rephaim, but their name still echoes in the deserts. The fifth and final race, the Zuzim, titans of raw power. Zuzim in Aramaic means strong, unyielding, solid as iron. These giants didn't just conquer land, they held it with force, until one king, Chedorlaomer of Elam, launched a campaign that shattered their presence. But their legend, still buried in the sands of Genesis. So, what happened to the giants? Were they wiped out? Or did they fade into history, hidden in myths, gods, legends, Egypt's deities, Babylon's warrior kings? Could they be memories of the Nephilim bloodline? The Bible records more than 100 stories. It records spiritual warfare. Giants weren't obstacles. They were evidence that the battle between heaven and hell once walked among us. If this woke something in you, drop a comment. Tell us, which race shook you the most? Subscribe for more mysteries, more revelations, and more ancient secrets. And some truths are just too massive to ignore.